A large and loving Indian family came under attack from 4 vicious and deadly cobras. And what their Doberman did next will not only shock you, but leave you in tears at his bravery. In the small, tight-knit community of Sabakapur village in India, a family of 8 was settling for the night under the watchful eyes of Dobby, their beloved Doberman. But while the humans were all calm and relaxed, Dobby was restless and anxious. Just a few minutes earlier, he had heard a peculiar sound that had disturbed his tranquil state. His alert ears had perked up instantly as he focused on deciphering where this unfamiliar noise originated from. With each moment that passed, Dobby's senses sharpened until he finally zeroed in on its source. His gaze intensified towards a dark corner adjacent to their home, where 4 sinuous cobras emerged gracefully from beneath a pile of brushwood. Their sinister eyes glimmered with hungry determination as they slithered closer towards the family dwelling, seeking both sustenance and sanctuary within its walls. The gravity of this situation weighed heavily upon Dobby's heart. He knew that while they were only seeking safety and nourishment, an encounter between these venomous predators and his beloved family would be nothing short of devastating. It's a sad fact that India is notorious for its significant population of cobras, which possess a considerable threat to human life. Every day, many unlucky individuals fall prey to the lethal bite of these venomous snakes. In fact, the World Health Organization notes that snake bites remain a severe public health issue in India, with thousands of deaths each year from cobras alone. Driven by an unstoppable need to protect those he cherished most dearly, Dobby braved perilously towards the cobras without any hesitation or second thought. He stood in their way, softly growling as if to warn them off. The dog's body blocked the way for the snakes, and all 4 of them hissed and reared up, trying to intimidate Dobby out of the way. The intent behind these menacing gestures was clear, a desperate bid to escalate fear and intimidation. While many other dogs may have heeded this warning and moved, Dobby knew that he could not let the snakes get to his family. He would stand his ground and defend them, no matter what. The potent venom possessed by cobras makes them fearsome predators, capable of overpowering any unfortunate victim. Aware of this lethal danger, humans take extreme precautions to steer clear of these deadly creatures. Tales of fatal snake bites circulate widely in many communities, reinforcing the importance of avoiding encounters with snakes at all costs. Even other animals instinctively recognize the peril that came with crossing paths with the cobra or any other aggressive snake species. Dobby certainly did. Yet there he remained. The sting from a cobra's bite is notorious for its devastating effects. The venom carried by these serpents holds an overwhelming strength that can swiftly incapacitate and ultimately kill both humans and smaller animals alike. One bite means an injection of enough poisonous venom into the bloodstream to typically seal the fate of its victim. The pain is drawn out and the suffering is great. It really wasn't a desirable way to go. Dobby knew that these were dangerous animals that were not to be trifled with. Yet, he had a job to do. Despite the overwhelming odds, Dobby bravely held his ground, refusing to back down. The moonlit sky created an ethereal backdrop for the intense battle that unfolded before his unwavering gaze. Undeterred by the growling dog and his sharp teeth, the 4 cobras suddenly launched a coordinated attack. Each of them lunged towards a specific part of the dog's slender body, snapping their jaws in a vicious attempt to inject him with their venom. He skillfully dodged their attacks and retaliated with his own bites, but they were relentless. He was the only obstacle between them and the warmth of the house, a house where they were sure they would find food and shelter. So he needed to go. Dobby knew he was outnumbered, but he wasn't going to go down without a fight. For countless hours he clashed with the formidable serpents, unleashing a display of astonishing bravery and determination. With each encounter, he fearlessly faced off against one cobra after another, seamlessly transitioning from one attack to the next. His sleek and muscular body propelled through the air effortlessly, evading the striking fangs of his adversaries with remarkable agility. On multiple occasions he felt their tiny fangs pierce his skin, but he didn't let the pain distract him. It was as if time stood still as he leapt into action, continuously ensuring that none of the cobras could breach his line of defense towards his beloved family and their home. Dobby's efforts were driven by a profound sense of loyalty and unconditional love for his family. His determination knew no bounds as he relentlessly attacked the snakes, knowing that victory in this battle meant protecting those who mattered most to him. Although outnumbered 4-1, Dobby's ferocity rendered him an unstoppable force in this harrowing encounter. He moved so swiftly and aggressively that it became almost impossible to discern him from a blur of motion amidst the chaos. Each violent strike inflicted upon his enemies showcased Dobby's unwavering resolve to emerge triumphant in this life-or-death struggle. All the while, the family in the house were blissfully unaware of the drama that was unfolding outside of their home. They laughed, talked, and played throughout the night, having a fun time, and being totally oblivious of how Dobby was keeping them from an almost inevitable encounter with the 4 cobras. Yes, a few of the family members heard some noises outside, but they just chalked it up to Dobby playing around and having fun in the cool evening air. Dobby snapped and snarled at the advancing cobras, moving faster than he ever had to ravage them. He grabbed one of the snakes in his teeth and tossed it across the yard, when it slowly started to advance back towards the fray, though it was clearly injured. The other cobras were relentless though, striking out and barely giving Dobby a chance to react before the next snake struck, and then the next. The cobras fanned out their hoods to further terrify Dobby, yet despite his fear for his own safety, the dog had an overriding desire to protect his family, and he battled on. Finally, triumph emerged from the battle-ravaged scene, as Dobby overcame each cobra with tenacity born from a deep-rooted desire to protect those who meant everything to him. It was as if the Doberman was acting on instinct and letting his natural instincts guide him, his body pumping with adrenaline and the need to defend his home and his family. Exhausted and wounded from multiple strikes, Dobby's charismatic spirit remained unyielding until each and every cobra lay dead on the ground. Nevertheless, victory came at an immeasurable cost. As the venomous blows inflicted by the cobras coursed through his veins, and as Dobby looked down over the corpses of the cobras, he staggered slightly and collapsed, succumbing to their lethal embrace. The fearless guardian had laid down his life so that his cherished family might continue living theirs, without harm or grief. When the family discovered Dobby's body later that evening, they were all devastated. But noticing the corpses of the ravaged cobras, they knew that their beloved pet had gone down fighting, dying with purpose and ultimately victorious. They swaddled his body in cloth and grieved over the brave animal, each member of the family saying a silent prayer of thanks for his sacrifice. "I'm shocked. He has made the supreme sacrifice for me and my family. I will remember him till our death. I pray to God, may his soul rest in peace," said owner Dibakar Raita in an interview. News of Dobby's selfless deeds spread throughout Sabakapur village like wildfire within seconds, after witnessing firsthand how this humble dog had saved an entire family from certain peril. The village mourned solemnly for their fallen hero, while simultaneously celebrating his extraordinary sacrifice, a testament to loyalty and unconditional love in its purest form. In remembrance of this valiant dog's noble sacrifice, a statue was erected near the neem tree where he took his last breath. Every year on that fateful day, when bravery triumphed over darkness, villagers gather around this tribute with tear-filled eyes, honoring and remembering how one courageous canine forever altered their lives through an act of immeasurable valor. So now, it's over to you. What did you think of this incredible yet heartbreaking story? What do you think of the brave and loyal Doberman that defended his family? And how would you have honored this most amazing of dogs that saved your family from certain tragedy? As always, we love to hear from you, so be sure to leave your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below.